There's no surgeon or doctor that's not hot in my eyes. Crazy.
Well, guys, surgeons, doctors, I mean, apparently have a type. Your boyfriend, he's a surgeon or doctor?
None of the above.
None of the above. Okay, got it.
Reconsidering, honestly.
Chemical X.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chemical X podcast. If you haven't yet watched our last episode, then you didn't see me crying.
So check that out after this one. We interviewed the lovely Katie on body positivity, her recovery from her anorexia, and it's a really motivational and inspirational episode. So go check it out after this one. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, click that red button.
And if you haven't rated us 5 stars, then please rate us 5 stars. We're desperate, guys. We'll take 4 even.
We'll take
5.
4.
We'll take a comment. We'll take something. We'll take anything.
So head to Apple Music if you listen to your podcast there, or if you're listening to us on Spotify, subscribe. And we love you. Welcome to this week's episode. Okay?
Yeah, but just going into body positivity from last week, I want to say thank you to everybody who did reach out. I feel like it is such a sensitive topic, and you never know like what somebody's dealing with. Like even today, so at my work, I'm training a new girl, and we just got to talking. And
How much do you feel like the cool one when you're training?
Absolutely, I'm
Suddenly
like,
you're like, I deserve a raise.
You were me a year later, and like I'm so like high up there. I'm like
I'm so knowledgeable.
I deserve $1 million. Like I'll teach you my ways.
I'll teach you the secrets of the trade.
But like I would think that I'm a fun person to train with, because I feel like I hate when people who are like superior have to train you and they feel like they know it all. I'm like very like, this is how I do it, but you'll adapt your own way. Like I hate people who are
No,
like,
I say this is what we're supposed to do, and I don't do it, and this is why I don't do it, and this is why you'll never get caught not doing it. So just don't do it like me.
wow.
I just breathe. It's because you know what? If you like from the beginning show that you cut corners, but which ones are allowed to cut and like we'll get away with it, then it's like now they feel like, okay, we're part of some kind of cool club.
Well, that's how I made her feel. But now I'm like, is it bad that I did that? Like,
am I gonna get fired?
is she gonna last now? Because like,
I
only
sabotaged?
learned this, after months. If I'm giving her all the tips and tricks now, what's gonna happen in a week? She's gonna be what, on YouTube?
You basically taught her to do the bare minimum, and she said, great.
Great. This job is so
Perfect.
easy. I love it already. I could already tell we're going to be really close. So guys, I was speaking with her like really briefly, and I never brought up the last episode, but I feel like after last episode, I feel like I'm a little more like awakened to like what I should say to somebody, what I can't, because I feel like I'm like, I don't know, I just like understand it more. And so she had pulled out a picture and she was like, oh my God, I had lost so much weight. This is how much I used to be, and this is how much I am now. And like now I'm like, I'm not sure if I should be like, oh my God, like that's amazing.
You said, Katie?
Because
What do I answer to this?
no, but I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. But she was like, but I can't even tell you how miserable I was. And I didn't even bring that up. She was like, I was so miserable because I was like, I was not indulging on anything, that I was even more depressed. So guys, weight never means you're either happier or more
having a better life.
Just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're happy, you have a better life. Like it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think like the times in my life that, like I was in that stage were the most miserable times in my life.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't happy at all.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like
people see that and they say like, wow, she has such a good body. Like she must be like so happy. And
there's also a difference between being healthy and like, you know what I mean? Like there's a difference between losing weight and becoming healthy and feeling confident in yourself.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, that option is there. But like when you start to get to a point where you're not even like feeling good because you're just so fixated, so like focused on what you need to do and this and that, like then it starts to become not for you, and it's not healthy mentally. Maybe physically it is, but if it's not healthy for you mentally, it goes all around,
And also like somebody who's way bigger could be doing a bunch of exercises, could be eating super healthy, and they're feeling great. So you never know. The girl who's could be skinny could be super miserable. The girl who can be a little bigger could be super confident and happy. So you never know, and that's why you should never bring anyone down.
Absolutely. I think it's really good to have a perspective of like what things are like okay to, because sometimes you think you're complimenting somebody by saying, oh my god, you lost so much weight, when in reality you never know what that could be doing. And you know, it's super common for people to think that for people to equate weight loss with like doing something good. So like people will tell you, oh, you lost weight, oh, you this, you that, and then when you gain weight, people are talking shit about you behind your back. But it's like,
it's a never ending like circle.
I just think that you should never concern yourself with somebody's weight and how they look, and that's up to them. And if people want to look a certain way, dress a certain way, be a certain weight, that's on them. And unless you're like worried about them, I think maybe then step in. But yeah hopefully everybody took some positive vibes from that podcast, and you know, watched Alessia cry and me be awkward bitch about it.
Absolutely.
I said
you said I am not going to be the older sister. I'm going to be the friend who says keep it together.
I'm never the one, like,
but you know what, if it was you in that situation, I think I would have done the same thing, because I don't actually do well with people who like will start crying, because I'll be like, oh my god, and then I'll hug you and then you'll cry more. So it's like,
I'm an exit. I'm like, I'm trying to do what I want somebody to do for me, which is like tell me I'm a loser, and then I could laugh it off and move on. When people start
make
going,
me laugh,
babe, oh my, did that really? I'm like,
no.
Or when people say, you know, when you're gonna cry and then somebody says, are you okay? And then you're like,
it's over.
Well, thanks. Now I'm crying. Perfect. So you just turned on the trigger.
So true. So true.
But yeah, so I just want to say that I'm super hyped because I got a new job.
Woo!
So I didn't start it yet, but I'm really excited. And I was really feeling like just to bring some positivity in here in this room. I was just feeling like I was working really hard and da-da-da. And I just feel like lately everything
really? It didn't sound like that 2 minutes ago when you said you cut corners.
Basically, but
so you were working the bare minimum,
So you were working the bare minimum,
and then you thought you deserved.
Just to correct you, so you were working the bare minimum.
Thought you deserved a better job. Yeah, continue.
No, so I actually was working really hard. But I mean, I've just been like manifesting super hard, and like lately, I've just been feeling like really good, and I just feel like a lot of things are like coming into place, and opportunities are coming up, and I'm just like so on this positive vibe, and I feel like what I love about I'm assuming this is for everybody, but I feel like when good things happen to me, but you like, as soon as something good happens to me, I immediately want to like spread it. Like I want to like make everybody else happy and make them like be uplifted, because that's how kind of like positivity goes. So I'm just in this really like positive, fun, happy vibe.
You said you've been manifesting really hard. I'm gonna start needing you to do that for me. First of all, how do you manifest hard? Like, can you tell everybody how to manifest?
So I can tell you that my ways to manifest. Okay, so one of my hilarious ways that was, you know what, I was joking about it a month ago till I got the job, and I said, shit, it kind of worked. So I always do this thing where like if I don't want to be at a job anymore, I start scheduling things in the middle of the workday, but in like 3 months, so that I go, I won't still be there by then. But then sometimes it happens that I'm still there, and I'm going, hey, I have to take off 4 hours of work because I booked an appointment at 2 p.m. But I actually booked a hair appointment in like June, middle of the day, and I was just
which is kind of smart, because you're already like planning it.
Exactly.
You're planting the seed.
That's part of the manifestation. I'm just like so believing that I'm not going to be there at this point, that it'll be fine. And then it just so like everything fell together, and I'm like, shit, like I will be able to make that hair appointment.
Wow. And it even fell in the week that you had to get your stuff together before you start your next week.
Exactly. So I'm just like, I think manifesting is different for everybody, but the way I see it, and the way I think manifesting is almost, it's not even spiritual. So this is what I realized over like this week, is that manifesting is not a spiritual thing. It's actually when you're so determined, and you're like, when manifesting is technically setting a goal and believing you're going to reach it. But when you're so determined and believing that you're going to reach it, you start doing everything in your power to reach that goal.
That's 150% it. That's literally it. Like,
exactly.
Like I said, when I watched the movie The Secret or read the book, it was like, yeah, manifest this and manifest that, but like everybody was still putting in the work to get there.
Exactly.
Like, I think that's the misconception, is people think they just have to say they want it and then forget about it and they're gonna get it. It's like, yeah, do that, but then also do it, make goals, and like you know, hit them.
Exactly. I just think people have this misconception that that manifestation is spiritual, when personally
Yeah,
I
no.
don't feel like it is.
No.
Personally, I feel like it's just believing in yourself so hard that you're going to make it. And I've just been talking over and over about this kind of dream job that I wanted without really knowing what it was, without knowing the direction. I just knew what I felt in myself of what I wanted. Like I wanted a job that I had, you know, X amount of freedom. I was able to do all these things. And I built up this whole like impossible job. And what I want to say, and like, not to pat myself on the back, but I'm so proud of myself because I've really been somebody, like, I grew up on the idea of like, just take any opportunity that you can get. And it's gotten me far. It's gotten me to this point now. But I think I came to a place where suddenly people were like, oh, why don't you apply for this job? Or why don't you apply for just this job? And I was like, yes, I could. And I know that I could get it. And I know that I'm unhappy and I could. That's an option to go there.
But you reached a point where you don't want to settle anymore. This is what I want, and why go and start and do something else I don't like when I could just wait and manifest and wait until that opportunity comes that'll be exactly what I want.
Exactly.
I get that.
And I think that's just as much a part of the reason that I'm what I got now, just as much as the manifestation, because as much as I was positive and I was looking for other things and other opportunities, and like, I could have had a different opportunity, but I really chose to be so picky and to be like, I'm not settling until I get that job that I really want. Because like you said, there's no use in me going somewhere else to not love it. You know what I mean? Like, I came to this point where I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care how unhappy I'll be. I'm going to stay here until I find that thing that I'm going to be like, yes. And then
that's worth leaving for too.
And then at a point, you know, I was like, I was feeling really discouraged. I got rejected from a couple of jobs, and that gets to you, know, like it's a tough market right now. But I just
have to think about it as like, why didn't I get it? And it's normally and always because something better comes for you, and there's a reason you didn't get it. But you did say you're like, I didn't know what I wanted. But if you think about it, you technically did know what you wanted. You didn't know maybe exactly the position you wanted, but you knew that's the reason you got it, is because you manifested every single thing that you wanted. And that's why, as much as you say you didn't know, you did know.
I mean, when I say I didn't know, it's like I didn't know exactly. Like, I wasn't like, I want to work for this company and this job.
But you knew every single thing you wanted around it.
Exactly. So I built it. I made it exist. And and
you literally built it, because it wasn't even a position.
Exactly. Like, I literally built this to happen
from the ground up, folks. So anything is fucking possible, guys.
Yeah. So I was really excited about that. And
honestly, I don't think there's anybody who's more happy for you than yourself, but also me. And I'm guessing the people close to you. But like, it was time.
Yeah,
it was time.
I just think at a certain point I want to say that I was starting to lose hope, but I actually wasn't. And I think that's why I am now, because I just kept going. I was just like, you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm not like I could continue doing this. I could continue doing. Why can't I say continue? I can continue doing this until I find what I want. And I did. And the really cool thing is I had previously applied for a job that I thought was like it. Like, I was like, this is the job that I need. I was so like fixated on that. I needed this job. Didn't get it. Okay. Didn't get it. And I was like, what the fuck? And then it just so happened that I met somebody that I thought was great for the job, recommended her to apply, and she got it. And I was like,
now that is, I'm sorry, amazing. Because a lot of times when people feel like something wasn't for them, they don't want anybody else to have it, because they feel like, well, if I wasn't deserving of it, then it's like your jealousy kicks in a bit, and you're like, well, if I don't deserve to have it, then I don't want to help somebody else get it. And that's wrong. That's the total opposite. You should literally be spreading it. You'd be like, okay, well, it wasn't for me, then could be for her, and then who knows what's coming for me. And it's kind of like somebody kind of recommended you to this job, and then you kind of recommended somebody. So it's a full circle. It's a full circle.
It was just cool. And I was like, that's the perfect example of everything happens for a reason. I didn't get that job because I was meant to get this one, and she was meant to get that one. So I just,
crazy.
It was very like cool. And it's not the first time that it's happened to me that I've really wanted a job and been so crushed when I didn't get it. And then something came along that was just
Even better.
10 times better. And I said, wow, like I really had trust. So if you're in a space, which I feel like probably a lot of people are, because probably a lot of people settled for jobs they don't really love and this and that, just stay positive and kind of know what you want and don't settle, because I'm sure you're at a point where you're not like, everybody gets to that point where it's like, okay, I'm done doing these little jobs.
Yeah.
Like I want something that I like.
Yeah.
So
Even
just
for me,
know your
like,
standards.
Even for me, like when I was working in a 9-to-5 job, I said the next job I go into is never going to be a 9-to-5. I cannot sit at an office and do the same thing every day, because I feel like I'm wasting my life. Like I can't explain that. It's about loving your job, but it's also around like it coming together on your schedule, like,
and your whole life.
I just feel like the second you feel like you don't have to go into an office and you have that little bit of freedom, I just feel like your productivity is just way better. So
Yeah.
anyway, guys,
So that's, well, my spiel, the moral of the story is just be positive, know what you want, and you're going to get it. And
Yes.
I'm just sending everybody positive vibes.
and guys,
manifesting for everybody.
don't ever go, I'm just gonna put one last thing, don't ever go into it, but the things I want, like, they're not like something that like is available in a job. Like that's not something. Guys, write it down. Literally write it down, close the book, relook at it every once in a while, and then you're gonna look back in a month, a year, 2 years, 5 years, and be like, fuck, I really got all the things I said.
Yeah.
So
It's a bit like a relationship.
it's a bit like everything in life.
You put down what your
made a vision
non-negotiables
board.
are, and
I made a vision board. I popped it up there, and I'll pull it out in a couple years, and I better fucking have everything on that list.
yeah.
It's crazy.
But it's crazy how some things come out just a little bit different, but how you plan them.
Yeah.
But they still come, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, no, I have my vision board as my background, and then I put like my lock screen. Oh, this is your phone. My lock screen is my vision board. And then my home screen used to be my boyfriend, me and my boyfriend. And then I changed it to my
You're not
grandparents.
manifesting him anymore. You have him. You're
I
good?
have him. I don't need to manifest him. So I put him and me as my home screen. And then after I changed it to like these cool pictures of my grandparents, and the other day he goes, well, I'm not your phone background anymore. I said, well, babe, like manifestation, like it's our future. Like, and my grandparents, like, what? I have to change my grandparents. He said, okay. I guess it's a cool picture of your grandparents.
That's so funny.
I said, well, babe, I either have to choose between my grandparents or our future. So which one?
Wow.
Like, I'm not going to cancel my grandparents out. So listen.
Yeah.
Or my
There's
future.
already enough cancel culture going on. Come on.
And
we can't cancel our grandparents.
And listen to this. He has the balls to say this. I look at his phone. He has the default fucking wallpaper.
Wow. Unappreciative.
I said, excuse me?
You
like,
could have
it's
been
not even like you have
manifesting-
something else that is like acceptable.
You
He's
could
like,
have
well,
been
you're on my inside
manifesting
screen.
on your end.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing it for
You're
how
leaving me
long?
high and dry here with the waves that Apple comes with? Are you
Wow.
joking?
Life does come in waves, Veronica. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
So guys, the other day I
so uncomfortable.
for anybody who's been like following us for a while now, I spoke about how like one of my insecurities has always been my chin. I feel like I've spoken about that, right? So for
Yeah,
any-
I put you on the spot and said, what surgery do you want to get? And you said, well,
oh my God, I remember. Okay, so guys, for any new listeners, I've always wanted to fix my jaw. So basically, when I was a kid, I got braces, but what I really needed to do in order to fix my overbite was to kind of break my jaw right after my braces and then bring my jaw forward. But they said there's a lot of precautions to that, and they don't know if it's gonna be the right thing to do. So what my parents just did is they said I could get a 90% result by just doing braces. So obviously, like any parent would have probably done,
they cut corners.
they cut corners. Fucking shit. Sounds like the story of their life.
At the time, you know what the thing about braces is? You do it and you hate it.
Yeah.
But
But
you
you
thank
thank
yourself
them
later.
later. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm even pissed at myself for not keeping them a little longer. Like, I'm like, that fucking bitch couldn't just
know.
wear her retainer.
I know.
And I'm dealing with that
It's
16-year-old bitch
crazy.
now.
It's
Anyways,
crazy.
I hate her.
Anyways, so basically they gave me a 90% result, but if you ask me, I think it's 40%, but who you asking? You know what I mean? So yeah, so now growing up, I'm getting older, and I feel like, especially now being on video and stuff, like I feel like I'm the worst critic on myself than I ever am, and we are always the worst critics. And I feel like we always see things that nobody even fucking sees. And that's why when I have to try and explain it to my mom, she's like, you're losing your mind. I don't know what's going on, but I know my truth.
I know my truth.
And my truth
I
is
see the
that
camera.
just because the dentist said 90%, they don't see me every day. They lied. Honestly, 90% I would have been happy. So it's honestly, I should sue them because they lied. So basically my options were that I re-put on braces. Guys, I'm 25. Come on. I want to have my shit together and I have to put braces on. Come on.
And you're in sales.
Like, what the fuck? I'm making no sales when I put those braces on. So anyways, my options were I either put back braces, I fix my... Basically, I cannot break my jaw and move my jaw forward unless I re-put my braces on, reposition my teeth in order to be at the right alignment to do
That's what my
the
sister
surgery.
did.
That's what your sister did.
Because they have to fix the teeth to be in the right places when they move your jaw.
Exactly.
So it's all a
So that was
procedure.
already a... What's the next option?
Yeah, that was already okay. Option B.
Yeah. So now I was at the dentist and the dentist referred me to a guy who fixes jaws. So he said, have you ever heard of a genioplasty? And I'm like, what's a genioplasty? Like, obviously I'm like, tell me everything.
Sounds like
he's
can I
like,
have
what
three
it
wishes?
is they don't move your jaw. Because what happens with your jaw is that when they move it forward, there's a chance that your face on the side, your bone becomes bigger. So when you're moving your jaw, you're not just moving the bottom, like your face shape over here, like where your cheekbones can move also and can become bigger. And I already have such a small face and I'm not willing to risk my whole face changing.
But
I'm sorry.
jaw surgery changes your whole face.
Well, that's the
it's
thing.
Crazy.
And normally guys suit it more because it gives them a more masculine
Yeah.
face because it already gives you that manly, like big boned kind of face. And for a woman, it's scarier because we're always trying to be the Bella Hadids and you're not getting Bella Hadid if you
come out with a...
Exactly. So I went and he was like, yeah, when my dentist is recommending genioplasty, and he's saying it's not really invasive. It's not like anything bad. The precautions, everything is good. And I was like, okay, I Googled a genioplasty. And basically what it is they take the front of your chin and they slice it. Now you guys are going to be scared. You're going to be like, sounds invasive. They slice it. They slide it forward and then put screws. So I was like, honestly, like, I mean... Sounds fun. Sounds
bricolage.
Sounds like something I would do. So I was like, okay, cool. And I'm like, how much is this gonna cost? Here we go, all over again. So I go to the genioplasty. I waited literally 4 months for this fucking appointment, and I get there and
Consultation,
yeah. And I get there and he's like, okay, so there's two things we could do. He's like, first of all, you have great cheekbones. Are your lips filled? I'm like maybe like a year and a half ago. Okay, because I'm feeling it and I don't feel like there's much product in there. Oh, well, yeah, okay, there's a bit. Okay. And then I'm like, what's going on? He goes, so what you have is a lip. And guys, going to a surgeon, like I can't explain it, but it's a bit like fix me, but also like don't
make me insecure.
Don't make me insecure because I know if we're gonna start nitpicking, I could pick on a billion things. That's what I liked about this doctor. He started with the positives.
They always sandwich. You have a great personality.
You have a great
Everything else
needs
can
to
be
be fixed.
fixed.
And that's why I have anxiety all the time when I go see I don't know how it was for you when you went to see a plastic surgeon, but I have anxiety.
Well, I walk in and I go, like, when I'm sitting there, do they look at me and say, well, we're obviously fixing that? Like, I almost
And
want
then
to
you go,
jump in
actually,
before.
no, I was here to fill up my belly button hole.
But actually, you can add that to the list of things I want to do. And they always make it sound really cheap too, though. They always go like, we could just do a little this, and you go, oh yeah, that sounds great.
Sounds
how much?
exactly like what I want.
Sounds
$10 million.
We'll tweak it a little. It's gonna how much? If we do it's probably about 2,500.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, yeah.
So
I'll just be ugly, I guess.
No, literally. So he was like, anyways, basically to like kind of like wrap it up, he was like, you can do a genioplasty. It's going to cost about $7,000. Or what I could do is...
How bad do you hate your jaw?
You know what I mean? He's like, what you have is called a lip absence. I'm like, add it to the list of things that are wrong with me.
Sounds like you have big lips though.
Anything else that I have wrong, please just let me know now so I could just add it on the list of depression. Of manifesting. wrongly.
Remove lip abscess.
So I have lip absence, guys. So it's really awkward talking about your insecurity and then you're on camera. So people are like, okay,
People are
so
zooming in.
tell me about that lip absence as we're staring at it. Perfect.
Alessia, if you could just show us
Oh my God.
your
Okay.
x-rays.
So basically I have a lip absence, and what that means is that because I have a little bit of an overbite, my mouth has to like force itself a little bit in order for my lips to close. And because of that, my muscle where my chin is forcing itself to close, which makes my bone lift and become super hard.
Yeah.
So he's like, these are your options, genioplasty, which I told you guys about. And secondly would be, he takes a syringe. Here we go. This is when I was like, okay, tell me. He's like, we take a syringe of Botox and we bring down your chin just a little bit and then we fill it in. And it'd be perfect. That's all you need, he says. Your cheekbones are great. Your lips are good. Everything's good.
But you need
But
this.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. And once you do this, yeah, you'll be Bella Hadid. And I said, where can I sign up? I'm $10,000 in debt. But at that point, what changes? 10,000 or
you
13,000?
You scratch out the 10 and you put 11. It's minor.
Veronica, what does that matter? You know what I mean? Do we agree? It's like 11,000 and be fucking hot, or 10,000 and still be fucking ugly.
11,000
11,000 and hot. Sorry.
But you know what it is? The thing about going for a consultation for anything is like, you go there, it's always more expensive than what you it's always more expensive.
Absolutely.
And then they hype you up about how good you're going to look after. But then when you get home and you realize you can't afford it, you live the rest of your life knowing that everybody agrees that you need to fix this about yourself and that you just can't afford to do it.
That's why I tell everybody about it. And that's why I'm telling this podcast, because now I have to look forward to something and I have to get it done. Because now you guys want to see results also. I get it. I fucking
You're like,
get
I'm
it.
doing this for you.
I'm doing this for everybody.
My accountant asks, I'm trying to be one for the team.
It's crazy. Anyway, so I'm really excited for that. I think I'm going to do it in a couple of weeks. I have to do the Botox first and then go back a week later and do the chin part. Mm-hmm. Anyways, and he told me it's going to be, we're going to put one syringe of Botox.
Exactly what I just said.
He said I wouldn't do too much. So I would do one syringe of Botox, maybe one of, Juvederm. So that's about... you're talking about $800. And I was like, well, $800, how long is that going to be for? He's like, well, I would say you're good for like 6 months. So then I was like, guys, $800. First of all, when I left and she gave me the actual, paper, it was $1,000 with tax.
It's always. They always lowball you.
Yeah. So it's $1,000 every 6 months to get the result I want and know, like, I'm getting the result I want and I don't have to go under surgery. Mm-hmm. And he said, what's the most you have to do it twice a year? And I said, honestly, I think that's what I'm going to do. And he recommended, he was like, do that first so that at least, you see how it looks. And then down the line, if you want to do the genioplasty, you can. I was just looking at the price. I'm like, if I can get the same result, I know it's temporary, but we're going to go with that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'm really excited.
Well, I just want to know what happens when he's, he has the syringe in your chin and the accountant comes in and says, the card declined. Like, do you say, thank you, this is good enough, I'm out? Like, how does that work if after the injection,
Listen.
like, does he start pulling out the saline and saying we're dissolving because you couldn't afford it?
No, I'll say no problem. Hold on. I'm just going to make an OnlyFans account right now. And hopefully be able to afford it by the time.
Daddy, remember when I got you that Manscaped for Father's Day? If you could just transfer me $900, I'm a little short.
Oh my God. Anyway, I just can't explain the, like, if I really think about it and I'm like, $2,000 a year for something that's bothered me like for so long is nothing. I'm sorry, guys. I have brown hair. I won't dye my hair. I won't do anything. Like, now's the time to do it. He said, if you do it for the next 10 years. And I'm like, why is he saying 10 years? Like, after 10 years, what? I'm supposed to be, I'm pregnant. I have kids. It doesn't matter anymore. Like, I need to look hotter in 10 years. What do you mean?
I'll actually need to be doubling.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing.
Wow.
He even gave me a demonstration of what a non-lip absence is and so he showed me how he doesn't have it. Mm-hmm. And then he showed me.
Wow.
So I was like,
he said, you see me and how I'm perfect?
You see how
you don't
me
have this.
And I don't know if anybody could relate though. Doctors are fucking hot.
So Father's Day is around the corner.
Ugh, I never know what to get my dad.
It's at every birthday, like dads are the type of thing where you just kind of get by without getting them a gift. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you
they're
just slide on by.
They're the one person you should be getting the biggest gift for.
Absolutely.
But you always say, Mom, can I come in with you? Or I don't know.
You always try to start pitching in with other people because there's only so many gifts that work for a
and
dad.
that will make your dad happy.
Yeah. And
Like-
you know what the worst part? Dads, it's like if they like one thing, that's what they're getting for the rest of their life because I don't know your other likes. My dad works in construction. Every year I get him a hammer.
Yeah.
I think he has enough hammers.
I'm pretty sure he does.
So this year I have actually a better gift.
Wow.
Yep.
You finally came up with something that's better than a hammer?
Yeah.
Couldn't be hard to beat.
But I have the perfect gift for your dad, sugar daddy, ex-boyfriend,
Daddy?
guy you don't like but you're still fucking. I don't know, it depends.
Yeah.
Father of your dog.
And you know, we always say the best gifts are the ones that women can benefit from. And this is
Exactly.
one.
It's a win-win on both situations.
Yes.
And it's
I mean, I
called-
hope you're not having sex with your dad. So in that scenario, it's a win-win for your mom.
Well, like I said, sugar daddy, ex, dog dad, you never know. Dads come in all shapes and
Yeah.
sizes. Support for the Chemical X podcast today is brought to you by Manscaped. Okay, Manscaped is the best in below the waist grooming and hygiene for men. And Father's Day is around the corner, so you know, this is your
Get on
time.
it.
Get on it. So they have the Lawnmower 4.0 that just came out, and they also have the Weed Whacker.
Like, guys,
Nose hair, ear hair. That says dad like nothing else.
You guys have to get both for your dad. I'm sorry.
Like if you're not comfortable getting him the ball trimmer, the Weed Whacker.
Guys, my brother tried it and it's amazing.
Mm.
He like razored his nose. Razored?
Yeah, how does it? What do you call
What do
it?
you
Trimmed?
say? Shaved.
He trimmed.
He trimmed his nose and ears. I don't know if my brother used it so much yet.
I think that's
but
50 plus.
that's 50 plus. That's for your dad. So guys, get on it.
Absolutely. So we have a special discount for you because, you know, like we said, we always
We're
like to cut
giving.
corners on our dads, but we got a special discount for you to get your dad or whoever this amazing gift.
Yes, guys. Use our discount code ChemicalX at checkout and you'll receive 20% off your entire order plus free shipping. That's ChemicalX at checkout for 20% off and free shipping, guys. I mean, I think it's a win-win.
It's a win-win. So manscaped.com. And, you know, you might have a really cool dad or sugar daddy, like we said. You might have one that's like just so cool that you need to get them a crazier gift.
A crazier gift with their money.
Maybe you have a disco dad with their money. Absolutely with their money. Okay? And what are you going to get?
A neon sign, guys.
Absolutely.
A neon sign says, I'm hip. And dads love to think that they're hip with their old music and their disco and back in the day. So, guys, nothing says back in the day like a nice neon sign.
Exactly. So 80s. So those dads are going to love it. You can get any custom neon sign right now for 10% off plus free shipping with our discount code ChemicalX if you go to neonific.com. So check them out and use our discount code and get your dads the gifts they deserve.
I find
Nobody in this room can relate.
even if they're not super hot, I just feel like they're like the way they look at you and the way they're like, I don't know. There's something hot
Depends
about
the
doctors.
doctor,
There's
though.
no surgeon or doctor that's not hot in my eyes. Crazy.
Well, guys, surgeons, doctors, I mean, apparently have a type. Your boyfriend, he's a surgeon or doctor?
None of the above.
None of the above. Okay, got it.
Reconsidering, honestly.
I think it's just more the confidence and the
I don't know
the
what-
suave. Plastic surgeons have suave.
That is
They
what it
have that
is.
like, don't worry, baby. Like, we're gonna make you look so good.
We
Like,
got
and you
it.
actually leave confident. But until you come back down to earth and remember that you can't afford the procedures you want to
Yes.
get done, and then you leave not confident.
Yes.
I remember I went once with my sister. I went with her. She was getting her lips done, and I just came along for the thing. And I was like, you know, like I kind of wanted to do. I wanted to get injected here, but then like it's you always say you want something.
That's
and then,
crazy because I always say you have the best draw. Wow.
No, so what I wanted to get was injected here because I hate that I have this. Like I have like kind of like a puppet mouth, I always said. And I wanted to inject it.
It's
And
crazy how nobody knows our insecurities.
It's crazy.
Because I don't understand why you'd want to fill that. But anyway.
Well, I went there and he said, no, you'd actually look like a man, but we can do this instead. If we do, and I said, you know what?
Never mind.
And I'm insecure now. And you also just quoted me that it's $2,000 and I'm not going to pay that because that's actually not the insecurity I had a problem with. But now I'll add it to the list. Thanks. Thanks for the help.
It was great
Like,
coming.
You know, sometimes, but honestly, like, plastic surgery is one of those things that it's like, it's a bit like what we were talking about. Like, you can't mention weight. Like, plastic surgery is one of those things where when you bring it up, there's always that one person in the room. Like, when you say,
agrees with you a little too much.
a little too, like, too, like they had already thought about it.
Yeah. Like, I don't care if
I
you're
was
my...
thinking you should get that.
I don't care if you're literally my best friend.
Like,
I want to
not
put
allowed.
a gun to your head and say, agree with me. And then you say, okay, Alette. But don't be...
There's a fine line between supportive and agreeing too far.
I totally agree with that.
Like,
I totally
when I was
agree
getting
with
my
that.
nose job, I was like, I didn't want to tell people because I didn't want to have to do, there's two conversations that it can go.
Yeah.
So there's either the,
You don't need it.
there's either the, you don't need it when, okay, babe, like now
Yeah.
you're a liar.
Yeah.
Like, look, you're lying. So
Anyway.
fuck you. And the fact that you're lying to make me feel better about an insecurity that I hate and that I'm getting changed. So now it's making
But then
me feel
you don't
worse
like when
'cause
they
you
say the
feel-
other part.
Because you're pitying me now because it's so ugly that you have to feel. Anyways, I say, I hate you. Don't say anything.
What's the famous line? I see what you're saying.
Oh, yes. That's going to look so
Oh my
much better.
God.
When
So
people
now-
would tell me that, I was like, I know, but my appointment's in 6 months, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, don't, like, I know.
You're going to talk to this for 6 months?
Yeah.
And I don't need you thinking that...
I don't need you confirming
Yeah.
my insecurity.
But then I also like to tell people, like now I'm telling everybody that this bothers me so that, you know, I want you all to know that I am with you. I stand with you. I see it. I am not dumb.
You also have to confirm, like, by the way, I know this is, like, I know, like, I hate it too. Don't worry.
It's almost like when you have a pimple. You might as well address it so that everybody stops staring at it. Like,
But I used to be so insecure about telling people because it was like another level insecurity for me. So I would just not bring it up at all because I couldn't stand either route. Like I didn't want the confirmation and I didn't also want like the fake. So I
Yeah.
just came with not bringing it up ever. But like there's some people, man, that just
yep.
they make you more insecure. And I'll tell you which one that is. It's my sister.
Well, it's also because you guys are like two different extremes.
Well,
Your sister's very like I think we're all pro surgeries, but I feel like
surgery. Our only political view. Pro surge.
we're for it.
Who do you stand for? I'm pro surge.
Well, I'm a true believer. If there's anything in your life that bothers you so much that it's taking over your mind and your world, then you should absolutely get it fixed if it's gonna make you happier.
Yeah,
That's
it's about
how
you.
I see it.
It's about you. My
Yeah.
sister's a little too comfortable though in her in her way that she thinks that she could just tell me what I need fixed when like I didn't ask. So I'm oops, sorry guys, birth control. So let me shut it because so the other day it's my dad's birthday, so guess what I got him? A phone case. So get a Manscaped.
You got a Manscaped.
It was pre Manscaped.
You got him a phone case?
Was a
Bad daughter award.
honestly, this is just gonna solidify my like a dad. I got him I couldn't get him anything, okay? Like I wanted to get him a cool phone case. All he wanted was the phone case, the leather phone case that has like the
flip.
flip with the wallet. I went,
He's a dad.
like, I said,
Dad.
you're a dad. I can't believe my boss thought you were my boyfriend. One look at that phone case and I know. 50 plus. You could have got your vaccine 6 months ago. So we take a picture, you know, family picture with the nana lighting, which is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But the picture comes out cute. So like me and my sister go around and we look at the picture and I'm like, oh, cute. She zooms in onto my face, okay? Which is like, first of all, usually you zoom in on your own face.
Always.
On your own face. Like, don't bring me into this. I came and said, so cute. And she went,
And she zoomed in.
my full face is taking up the iPhone Plus 12.
No.
So huge. So it's just my face here. And she goes, you need Botox. And I said, excuse me? She said, yeah, right here. You need Botox. Like, it'll fix if you do that.
You're like, fix what? Because I didn't know I had a problem.
I'm like, and first of all, it's something that I've already thought about. And I said, when it gets worse, I will want to fix it. But I'm okay with it for now. Like, when it comes around, it's not my priority to fix. You know what I mean? I don't care. But now that you've addressed that you see it enough to feel the need to tell me that I need it.
To zoom in.
And out of the whole picture, my dad was in the picture too. Wrinkles and all. Like I said, 50 plus. Could have zoomed in on anybody for Botox and she zoomed in on me. The youngest person in the photo. You could fix that, you know. Just a little bit of Botox right there. I said, yeah, fuck you. So that's all. And that's not the first time, okay? Just to shit on my sister all in all. We're in the car once and we're going to a party or a dinner or something. So like, you think you look amazing, okay? You think you look amazing.
Because the last time you looked at yourself was in the mirror is when you look the best.
Which is when you look the best.
And then you pull out your phone and you're depressed again and you put that thing right down.
Absolutely.
Unless you have the filter on.
Absolutely.
So
that's what it is.
Yeah.
So we're taking pictures and stuff. And my sister, again, looks at the picture and says, you know, you could fix that, right? And I said... It's the you could, like, educating me that if I wasn't sure, if I didn't look into my insecurity, like, you could fix it. So don't worry, like, babe, you could fix this for a fee that I can't afford. So she looks at the picture, she goes, you know, you could fix that, right? And I said, what? And she said, the way your lip goes up when you smile, a little bit of Botox goes down, you can just, it'll take out that. I said, you know, I actually didn't have a problem with the way I smile. But I'll tell you what I edit every single time on my pictures now is that little tiny dip that goes up when I smile. And I said, you fucking gave this to me. This is on you. And when I go and get the whatever Botox, if I decide to do it, I'm sending you the bill. Because you gave me this insecurity.
Really? I wouldn't tell her. I would say, actually, there's everything else I want to fix. That's actually the one thing I love about my face. Crazy. What
do you mean? I love that.
I hate everything else, but the one thing, actually, I'm going to get Botox everywhere except there.
But I can't tell when somebody else, and it's always like, sometimes, you know, you think you know your insecurities. Like, you're like, okay, these are my flaws.
Yeah.
But when somebody pulls out like a Uno reverse card and they pull out like oh, maybe you could.
Your list is already long. You don't want to add?
Like, I already
have
scheduled this. Like, I don't have room. Like, stop talking.
Yeah.
So, like, what the fuck? Anyway, so now I'm scared. Now, apparently, I need Botox too. So let me know when you make your appointment and I'll jump along with. Like I said, what's scribbling out a number and changing it?
No, but you know what also gives me anxiety is that everyone says, you know, you should probably start, you know, your frown lines, your on your forehead early on because you're actually you're preventing from more coming. And I'm not really fully understanding that. I don't actually understand that. But
do you want me to explain or?
Well, it's because I spoke to somebody who actually is a doctor and they said, no, that's not actually a thing.
Really?
Yeah. So
I thought it was a thing.
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, it makes sense because you're technically freezing yourself from moving.
You're relaxing your muscle. So you relax it. You can't create the wrinkle. Who's this doctor you spoke to?
It wasn't a doctor, but it was somebody who... Did I say doctor?
I don't rerun the tapes.
Anyway, whatever. She was like a skin doctor or something, and she was explaining it to me. I literally have to remember who it was, but I'll come next week with the facts.
The info when nobody cares.
Anyways, I don't fully believe her. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm still gonna do it.
Well,
I said once because I'm the youngest friend, so I said once all my friends bitches start doing it, a year later clock me in.
Honestly, I think for me, I'm gonna start at like 28.
I heard you're supposed to start at 25.
I have 2 years to become a millionaire. Crazy. You guys want to like and subscribe? You guys want to watch the full video?
Don't skip ads. Support the MILF. I want to be a MILF. Is that allowed to say?
I mean, I think I would enjoy being like a young hot girl first.
No, I'm just saying like one of my lifetime goals is to be a MILF.
Absolutely.
Like, I want to be the soccer mom that everybody else is like a little mad. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be like the hot soccer mom. And I'm like, Jimmy, come on, let's get in the car. Oh, Timmy wants to come over. Just whatever. Make him come. We have like frozen snacks. It's fine. Like, I want to be like the cool mom. I want to be the mom that all the kids want to come to my house, but all the parents are like, she always gives you Gatorade and you're not allowed to have Gatorade on weeknights.
No. Literally.
And my tits are phenomenal. That's like, where I see myself. It's just like, why
we all
wouldn't you
have
want to be a
different
MILF,
goals.
though?
We all have different goals, and if you've learned one thing, is start manifesting. Veronica's smart. She started manifesting from a long time ago.
Like I said, manifesting now. So in 40 years, if I'm ugly, delete this video.
40 at 60. It's cute that you think you'll still be alive.
Oh my God, it's true. 40 plus 20? It's cute that you think you'll still be alive. The rate I'm going. Honestly, I think I do gua sha, guys. Gua sha. Everybody needs to do gua sha.
Here we go.
No, I swear. If anything
Honestly,
works,
I don't believe any of these shits because you know what I hear? The people with the best skin, I go, what's your routine? They go, I don't remove my makeup when I go to bed. So I go, you know what? I'm over people and their skincares. Hailey Bieber, I'm sorry. She has literally not a pore in her skin and has the best skin I've ever seen in my entire life. And I look at her and I go, but bitch, you were born with that. I'm sorry. You can put those oils all you want. I get like sunspots. Like you don't have not even one sunspot. So I don't know. There's no cream.
I do think like sometimes you're not ugly, you're just poor. Like I do think when you're rich, you could be hot no matter
for
what.
Sure, but like Kendall Jenner doesn't
if I could get a facial
Kendall
every
Jenner
month.
doesn't have perfect skin. Hailey Bieber was born with amazing skin.
Okay, but Kendall Jenner can get a facial every month, and I'm sure her skin is much better than it could be if she was one of us.
No, absolutely.
But I totally agree that everybody you say your skin is phenomenal. What do? They say, I just use hand soap. I use dish soap when we run out.
Like I was getting,
and you're like, honestly, just go fuck yourself.
Well, exactly.
I do a 6-step morning and night.
Yeah, and that's the reason we have pimples in the morning.
But it actually makes me mad. Like it makes me like you look at boys and they have the long lashes, the perfect skin, and my boyfriend literally uses his Axe body wash on his face, and I'm like, you know what?
No, but
I'm
you
done.
know what I realized what it is for me? Makeup really fucks up my skin. I realized it's makeup. Because if I go a whole week from like not working and working from home, my skin is absolutely amazing. And then if I go 1 week with like fully wearing foundation every single day, my skin's fucked. So I realized it's makeup for me.
I'm gonna be honest. There was time like peak pandemic when like I had no life or a job. I didn't wear makeup for 3 weeks and it was almost like my skin was worse. Like sometimes I feel like when I wear makeup, it's almost, I know it's going to sound crazy, but sometimes I feel like when I wear makeup, it almost makes a shield on my skin.
Well, guys, listen.
But you know what?
Don't come to us for any beauty tips, products, or...
But it could also be the fact that I wasn't wearing makeup and I probably wasn't washing my face as often because I just felt like it's already clean. There's no makeup on it.
Well, it's crazy. It's like I have eczema, so they say like you need your natural oils to come on your skin. So someone like me shouldn't be washing their face every night. So it's like... Maybe that's why people have better skin, because they have the natural oils flowing through their fucking bodies. It's like your hair. If you wash it every day, your hair's not going to grow as much as like somebody who like goes 3-4 days and like lets the oils sink in. Your hair will grow longer. Like, yeah. Anyways, I'm over all these myths.
I hate everything.
Myths.
I hate everything. The people with perfect stuff have surgery.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say the other day I was talking to my mom and she's like, oh, you know, like I just bought I have a younger brother. Plot twist. I have a younger brother who's just graduating from high school. And she's like,
why is that funny?
You know, it's always funny when you find out about a new sibling. He hates me, by the way, but so I have a younger brother and my mom like was like, oh yeah, we went shopping. I got him this like Hugo Boss suit. Like we got it for a good deal. It was like $700. And I was like, for prom, okay? For prom. She's like, we got him this cool suit for prom, $700. I went, excuse me? You paid $700 for his prom suit?
Wow.
That's last child type shit. That's youngest child type shit. I said, first of all, I got mine. It was a secondhand vintage reworked corset
Sounds like you,
dress.
though.
Sounds like so me, but it was like max with shipping $300. And I went, Mom, like you paid him $700 a fucking suit. He's a boy. And she was like, really? Yours was only $300? She goes, your sister's was $600. She said, honestly, I really feel like I spent the least amount of money on you. I actually think I owe you money. I said, well, Mommy, my taxes, they came in. So if you feel the need that you owe me money, now's the time. Prom. I
remember for prom, I was very like, I don't know if I grew up in the era where it was bedazzle, bling, bling, St. Hubert Street. Where can you get the most bling? Sherry Hill.
Sherry
Hill is the word. The most Sherry Hill dress there is. And I remember going to every store being like, the one thing I don't want and is not me is bedazzles. So how do
You
I
said
find...
I'm basic, so if you could just give me
But
like the boringest
How
thing
do I
out.
find like a normal dress? I'm like, guys, back in the day, there was no like Revolve where it's like
Yeah.
you can get a sick dress for like $300.
Also, nobody bought their dresses online.
Nobody bought their dresses online.
because you were getting it and it was
Yeah.
my nana's canutiera.
No, exactly. I feel like now they've really stepped up the game and like you can order something online and it's gonna come absolutely beautiful.
Fashion Nova, $30. You're getting an open back emerald green silk dress.
And it's gonna fit you nice.
I see the girls on TikTok and I say, I don't want to talk to you.
No.
We didn't live the same life.
No.
You're
No.
in a you don't
No.
we don't relate.
No.
Don't look at me.
So guys, my prom, like
I suffered.
Looking back, you'll like what how do you rate what would you rate your dress looking back 5-6 years later?
Ooh, I graduated in 2013, so that's actually a lot more than 6 years.
Okay.
Quick maths, what is it? I think it's 8.
It's like 8, 9.
8.
Anyway.
So honestly, okay, I feel like the longer you go away from, like, I feel like when you look back a year or 2 years, you go ew, but then suddenly you get far enough that you go so cute, like wow. So
that's where you're at?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm there. I look
We're
back.
popping up a picture, Veronica.
We're not. We're not. But I look back and I had, first of all, purple
we're gonna
hair.
pop a picture of
I
both
had
of
neon
ours.
purple hair for prom that matched my like lavender dress.
You sold it though. You said corset. I don't know.
So it was, I've always been, we could say we changed, but we never changed.
No.
So it was from Etsy and it was this girl.
Sounds like you.
It was this girl, she would have vintage corsets and then like rework them to be like a gown. And it was like whimsical, like it had like floral and like lace bottom. It was like a lace back. It was cool, but it's just like,
Wow.
if I would wear it now, it's not my style now. I would rock it differently, but I had purple hair.
Oh my god.
I
Do you
had
still have the
curls
dress?
from home.
do
I don't
you-
know. I think my mom still has it, but
Oh my god.
I mean, I look back and I go, obviously I was the most different one at prom, like, because
Yeah.
that was my brand. I
Yeah.
was the emo kid.
Yeah.
So I had to come up with
absolutely
the vintage gown. What do you rate yourself at prom? I think you looked good at prom.
Oh god, here we go.
But it's
okay.
'cause
So my
you
thing,
didn't have much to go wrong though.
well, that sounds like me though. I like to play it safe. I love like I didn't want the bedazzles and anything, and in the end, I was literally at my 14th store, and I said I can't do this anymore. I have to get it made, and getting it made is just as scary, if not scarier, because you're putting all your eggs in one basket, guys. You're waiting till the day before, so you can't turn back, and
And there's no returns.
there's no
either.
returns, okay? And I remember I had 2 requirements, okay? And one of the requirements was that I had a tight dress. Same like my wedding, I want a tight dress.
I already know the
and
dress Leslie
I did a red dress, which honestly my dress now, like if it got altered, I'd probably still wear it. Still nice.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, like I would have altered a couple of things now, but it's definitely one of the nicer prom dresses. Like nobody looks back at that dress and says ugly.
It's kind of a prom dress that I would see somebody wearing now, actually.
Yeah.
Like more that simple,
Always ahead of
sleek,
trends, guys.
elegant. It was elegant, but it was simple. Like you couldn't go wrong.
Couldn't
you know
go
what I mean?
wrong. And then I spent most of my money on the shoes because I was like, I want to be that girl who has Louboutins on prom, but is broke. So I just wanted to be that girl.
You
who,
did this pic. Wait,
guys. If
did
you
this
were at
pic.
prom and you didn't lift your leg, were you really at prom? Think about that for a second. If you were at prom and you didn't lift your leg, you were not at prom. I'm sorry.
Well, I guess I'll let my prom date know that he went alone.
So I did the typical red tight dress with the nude patent Louboutin Pigalle that everyone's buying now, and I bought literally 8 years ago. That's crazy. And I did.
Ooh, Alessia did it first.
I did-
Alessia invented Louboutin.
I absolutely got Pigalles before every single person. I will proudly say that.
You want to Google when Louboutin started? When
No.
they released the first Pigalle?
No, I just meant like of my classmates.
Okay.
Okay.
Of 2013.
I don't even know why I'm proud of it because I would go ahead and sell them right now just to pay my taxes. So crazy how priorities change once you get older.
Crazy when your parents don't pay your life, how
Yeah.
suddenly you don't have expendable income.
Anyways, guys, the one thing is on my leg at the time, I had like a white spot, okay? And it was literally my biggest insecurity. It finally went away because I manifested it. And I don't know, somehow my skin regrew and the white spot is gone, okay? But the one literally thing I asked was that I told the girl, because I was very insecure about the white spot. And like, it was one of those things where like you can't put foundation on it because it still appears.
Vitiligo.
I was playing soccer all the time, and with my shin, with my
It's like a scar.
I don't know what it was. It wasn't a scar because the scar would still be there. Anyways, whatever it was there and it was noticeable. And I said, lady, make sure that the split is on the right side, because I didn't explain her why. It was my insecurity. I said, just please, can you make sure that the split is on the right side? I go for a dress testing. Where's the split? And she even said, yeah, don't worry. I said, can you please write it down? She said, yeah, don't worry. The split is on the left side. So I was Angelina Jolie at the Oscars. Is what I had to do in order for my dress to look nice, because I had the split, but also we were trying to be I was trying to be reserved with the split, so I didn't do the sick like Gigi Hadid split where I went to the top, and if I was gonna do that kind of dress and get it made, I was gonna do it the way I did. It literally stopped before my knee, so it was very like
You couldn't even get.
It was
the
very
long
like
leg.
Zorro when you want to like flip it. Like it was like I'm saying, if I'd wear it now, I'd fucking rip that split open. Like I was like almost getting to where I wanted, but still looking like a joke. So,
But it's like that tight dress where when you want to stick your leg out, it's just the calf that's getting out.
Just the calf, exactly. So, and at that place, there was 2 girls who did her dress there, me and one other girl. And basically, she walked in there, biggest broad ever. Shout out to Isa Murillo. You are the one in my classmates that I was jealous of, because we both did her dress there, and you looked fucking amazing, and you had exactly what I wanted, but it didn't work out for me.
She put the slit on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, we were talking about how it's like every time the biggest broad in high school comes out the worst on prom.
No.
Comes out the worst on prom.
I'm sorry, if you are the girl that is the biggest broad,
The bombshell.
but
It's like the girl that
the girl who
everybody
doesn't
goes,
need to try, doesn't need to wear makeup. She's super natural.
she puts mascara and she looks gorgeous.
There's 2 days of the year she looks terrible, and it's grad pics because she makes somebody do her makeup, and all of a sudden she changes as a human because she's so pretty naturally with freckles and like blue eyes, and then all of a sudden
she's coming with a smoky eye till here with purple,
but like with gray eyeshadow, and you're like, I didn't even know you could look bad. Like
it's
and
actually
always
crazy,
and it's always the ones who look, like a normal chick at school that impress you on prom.
It's always the quiet one that comes out in the chiffon pink tutu dress with the and you're like,
what?
wait, what?
Like, I need to
Prom is like full of
surprises.
It's full of surprises.
Yeah.
It's like the girl you thought was gonna look amazing now has raccoon eyes,
the girl who won best hair somehow has a meatball bun, and you're like, wait, what? Your hair is what everybody knows you for. The one time of year you have to shine with your dress, you tie it in a meatball? Like, do you know what I mean?
I'm telling you, but you know what? It's everybody. We all go wrong on prom.
Absolutely.
And I vowed that, like, my fear is that this happens on my wedding, because it starts with the makeup artist and when you try,
so
like,
hard.
here's the thing. I know how to do my makeup. I know how to make myself look the best I can look.
Yeah.
And suddenly when it starts to be like an event, you start trying to switch it up. And if I could just give you one piece of advice, if you're going to prom, do not switch it up.
No.
Do what you know.
No.
Stick with what you know.
No, literally. I remember I got my makeup done, and I got it done at Holtz, and they used all these products, and I literally looked like my eyes didn't look like my eyes. I looked cross-eyed. Like, I was so bad. And like my curls, like back in the day, they were nice, but like looking back, like I would have took a brush and brushed them out. Like, why were they all in one? Why was my curl one? I don't know.
I'm telling you guys, just stick with what you know. Except the quiet girl, because she's coming out the biggest broad. I don't know what happened, but she just...
And
it's
also
crazy.
my friend, she hated her bedazzled St. Hubert dress, and then she ended up just making her grandmother make one a day before prom, and came out nice. So I'm like, there's too much hype on this shit.
It's prom is the like, you overthink it so hard and you fail. It's a bit like a birthday. When you plan your birthday so hard, you want to look amazing. Like, The prom
Literally with
thing,
anything.
the prom thing goes exactly for your birthday.
Yeah.
Exactly for your birthday. You never do a high ponytail, whatever. Suddenly on your birthday, you're doing a slick back ponytail,
Yeah.
and you look like an alien, and your makeup is until here, and
Yeah.
and you don't look like yourself in pictures, and it's just all wrong.
Yeah.
Because you tried, you put a spray tan, you're orange.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, literally
when
just,
you plan too hard,
it never works out.
it's always those nights where it's a bombshell. So
Yeah.
listen, I don't have advice for you except if you think you're gonna look good, you're gonna try something different, and it's not gonna work.
So guys, moral of the story is do not stick to what you know.
Stick to what you know.
Every time I've tried something new, I've never left there saying, "Wow, I'm so happy I tried something new." I always say, "Why didn't I just stick to the basics?"
It's very rare, and I think those experiences traumatized me to like makeup artists and stuff. Even though I follow all these amazing makeup artists, and I say amazing, but why do I feel like I wouldn't come out that way?
I know.
And you know another thing, it's always the girl that has pin straight hair that on an event tries to do curls, and by the end of the night it's this. Tell me you know what I mean, because they don't last.
Or the hairdressers who say, "I'm gonna curl your hair extremely curly because don't worry, by the time it gets to your actual prom, you're gonna have the most beautiful curls. Let me just put the whole pound of hairspray in your hair, and you get to prom, and you're a crisp. You're literally
Absolutely.
You're literally like your curls are fucking ugly, and you're better off just
Absolutely.
doing your normal waves." So
Absolutely.
anyway,
On prom though, I did my own makeup, I did my own hair, I loved it. I
did
look
you
back
show
now.
up with a date?
So I was supposed to go with somebody who was literally 2 years ago, we joked about like, oh, if we don't have prom dates by the time prom, we'll just go together. You know, we were friends. And then shit got weird. He was like in love with me, obsessed with me. I like dated somebody else who was like, you know what I mean? Like it was just weird. And then by the time it got to prom, I was like, we were not in the place to be going as prom dates. And I was like, look, I had to break up with my prom date. I was like, look, I don't want to go to prom with you. Like, I don't know what you think is going to happen. So I didn't go to prom with him. And then I showed up at prom alone because I was independent ass bitch. I didn't give you shit about having a prom date or not.
Yeah, same.
But I showed up at prom, and then one of my close friends was wearing like a suit with like a purple like vest and like a purple bow tie.
Oh my
and I
God.
said, perfect. I have purple hair. We're prom dates. So
my
that's my
God.
prom date.
So
Shout out
that's
to
when
Robbie.
she realized that she's gonna go into graphic design.
I was always a matcher.
We were in the year where it was like, I feel like the years before us or the years after, it was very like, if you don't have a prom date, then you're going to start asking somebody from another school. You're going to figure it out because
Really?
everybody is going, no, not my year, but I
Okay.
feel like there was a lot of years where it was like, everybody had a date, whether it was a friend, a brother, an aunt, a sister, somebody
I
in
think it
that
was,
year.
like older, like
It's weird because my bus was very like, even if you had a boyfriend, it was like, sorry.
Yeah.
It was very like, we rented a party bus. We didn't even do a limo. We did a party bus and we just literally just went all girls.
We had a house party, which says you grew up. Nothing says you grew up in the middle of nowhere. Like I had a house party for prom. Like that's like an
What?
outdoor beer pong for prom.
Sounds fun, honestly.
Honestly, it was pretty fun. I changed out of my dress and we all went there. But,
I feel like we really planned it and it was like,
but like I would be mortified if somebody asked me to go for prom.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I did not. It wasn't no Americana movie where
Yeah.
it was, do you want to go to prom with, like,
Yeah.
no, that did not happen at my school. Like nobody asked people to go for prom. Like
Prom is like weird. If you really think about it, I was like, literally, we were talking about prom the whole year and then it happened. I was like, this is it.
yeah,
Nobody ate their food. Nobody
nobody.
like it
The
was.
teachers were on the dance floor.
It was so weird.
You couldn't drink. It was. Prom is the weirdest thing I ever did.
Yeah.
They in the movies they sell it, and I think you know what? I think in the US it's different because when they have prom, they have like junior prom, senior prom, all this shit. But like I think they're also older. I just think for us, like it's so fucking lame. So sorry if you are so excited for your prom. It's pretty lame. It's
Yeah.
actually pretty lame. It's not all it's people think I'm gonna lose
I
my
always think,
virginity
like-
on prom. Like that whole
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my prom date who's gonna propose to me with flowers to be his prom date, and he's gonna
Yeah.
come with the
Me, it's
and
the
we're gonna-
flower that they put on the wrist or in the pocket to match their partner. I can't deal. I'm
what
gonna
is it
be
called? A
honest.
carnation?
I can't deal. I can't.
I mean, to be honest, I was actually on TikTok the other day and this girl was showing these carnations that she did, and I said, beautiful. Phenomenal.
I guess it depends.
People always have a way to make things nice.
It just depends, I guess. But anyway.
Anyways, prom. But you know what? How fun would it be to have prom now?
Like sick.
Like,
I wish
if
I
we
had
could
like.
do a prom.
Wow, should we like make a
Should we,
prom?
like- Can you like not steal our idea?
Oh my god.
How fun is that? Like, I would love to have the prom that I
And
always
are you
dreamed
going
of.
to your reunion?
Depends where I am in life. But absolutely I am.
What do you mean? You're flying down from wherever?
Oh
you
yeah, I
are.
already spoke about it. I'm flying from a helicopter
is there
and
like
parachuting down in
Is there like
in a
a-
sequin dress. They're going, we said cash. I'm saying this is my casual.
And they have a picture of before and after, and they go.
if
kick
they
it.
put my grad picture, my graduation picture is me with dark navy blue hair, okay? The ugliest nose in the world, a nose ring, and I had to hold the diploma, you know? And I have blue hands because the day before I decided that I'm going to dye my hair fresh blue for the
No,
pics.
no.
And I have
Yeah.
blue hands. And the makeup artist is doing this with her concealer. I said, babe, like... So in the pic, they tried to edit it to not be blue, but you could still see the blue tint on my
Wow,
hand.
If
and
only
it's-
you had that Photoshop at that time, you
If
would remove that
only-
blue.
If only they could have outsourced to me, I would have removed that blue. I would have actually removed a lot of things about that picture.
Oh my god.
Grad pics, they say raw. They don't remove a thing.
No, they don't.
Anyways, prom
Oh.
reunion. I'm so down for my reunion though. I'm showing up.
shitting bricks, but
your
also
reunion?
like.
Wait, is that 10
Well,
years? Is
how
that
does
2 years?
How does it work? Is it after every 10 years? And I don't want to
Clock's
go to the one
ticking.
after 10 years. I remember everybody. Sorry, I want to go back at the one in 25.
I'm down for 10 years because I haven't seen.
But like, are you going
90%.
with your husband to your reunion? Like, how does that work?
Well, like I said, it's in 2 years, so babe.
I think
He's
I'm
looking
gonna,
down.
I think
He
I'm
just
gonna,
avoided eye contact with me.
I think I'm gonna skip the 10 year and I'm just gonna do the 25 or the 50 or I don't know
I
which
mean,
one it is. But
I have the kind of vibe, like, cause I'm like one of the few, well, not one of the few, but like I left the town I'm from. Like, it's very like you have that vibe where you want to come back
Song
and be
and
a
dance,
celebrity.
guys.
Like, you want to come back and go, yeah, I live in the city.
no, you want to come back and say, oh my god, the famous girl Veronica from Chemical X is coming. Oh my god. Do you think like she's still the same person she was?
I'm
Do you
joking.
think she's like still nice? Like what do you
Everybody's,
think?
I'm pretty sure. So it's so weird. Like, I never think about like most of the people because I haven't seen, like, there's a couple people from high school that I still chat with. They live in Montreal. We like run into each other, but majority of people I grew up with, I don't see. And I remember I was at a club once and this girl a grade younger than me, she was working at wherever, anyway, she was there, and I was like, oh my god, hey, she's like, you know, everybody always talks about you and like, oh, like talk shit about you and like how you're
What the
like
fuck?
all this and that, and like I just think you're awesome. And I was like, wait, I
Yeah,
was
she
under the
kept-
impression that everybody thought I was a
Amazing.
celebrity. I had no idea people were talking shit about me.
Well, maybe that's why they were talking shit
It's
about
'cause
you
you-
because they thought you were a celebrity.
Well, you know, good, bad press.
Good
Any
press-
press is good press. Any press is good press. But
True.
I think like when you get away from it, you forget the vibe. And then I think back and I go, yeah, I could see why everybody probably goes, she got a fucking nose job. Who does she think she is? Da da da.
But also, shut up. Like,
Shut up. I ran into this guy, one of my like ex. I actually dated him like in like sec 1. You know, like doesn't even count. But like you look at him, you go, we dated once. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We dated for a week. I ran into him when I was working at the club, and I didn't even recognize that it was him. And he was like, remember me? And I was like, yes. And he was like, so this is what you do now? You work in the clubs? I said, yeah. And I make a lot of money.
like,
Like, I said, and he was
What?
all like shaming me. I said, what do you do? He said, I'm a plumber. I said, okay. So I don't know why you're like
if
I don't know.
anything-
What are you, the
if
president that you're
anything,
coming?
I don't know. You're dealing with shit all day.
But it's like, I don't know that you're trying to shame me or something. Like, yeah, I'm a hot ass bottle waitress.
Like,
problem?
what?
Like, sorry, I'll take away this bottle right now if you have a problem with it.
What
like,
the fuck?
Anyways, but it was still like, yeah, I work here. Yeah, what do you do? Anyways, I'm
Anyway.
absolutely going to my reunion. Whoever's listening and you go to my high school, hit me up when it is. I'm first on the guest list.
She's actually the one planning it.
I'm actually in the committee of planning. Like I said, I would love to do another prom.
There's one girl in high school who she literally never showed up to school, and when it came down to like best hair and all this, it was like someone, like a scenario, like someone who wouldn't show up to something. She didn't show up, guys, our friend, to prom. She didn't show up to prom and won the award of never there.
Fitting as fuck.
Is she in the building? No, obviously not. You made that award for her. Like, why would she be here? And she was telling us she's coming to the last day. She had her dress and everything, and then didn't show up.
Oh my god,
so weird.
There's always one of those.
I'm gonna hit her up. I want to know what happened.
She'll probably ghost you. Seems like the type.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for...
This is actually, I forgot to say at the beginning of the episode, our 1 year anniversary episode.
Oh my god.
I can't believe we didn't
talking
fucking say
about
that.
shit like plastic surgery.
Crazy. Started from the bottom, now we're at the bottom.
And we still can't afford Botox.
Crazy. Thank you for listening. We love you.
Thank you for listening, guys. Don't forget to click that beautiful red button called subscribe, rate us 5 stars, and tell your friends about us.
And comment down below your favorite part. Bye.